I hope that it's coming out now. Can everyone hear me? Please send me a message in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, I think the audio is working now. It's good. Okay. So, if you're here in the stream, and you're early, I just put up a poll in the chat. Feel free to vote. If you're a beginner with AI, which stage of the AI journey are you right now? So you just click on the best option for you. Oh, it's echoing. Let me see if I can fix that. Is it still echoing? Let's see now if it's still echoing. Thanks for commenting. Okay, beautiful. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Victor. Okay, yeah, so if you're here early, feel free to vote. If you have seen and you've been following me, you're probably seeing my workflow where I go from a black and white photo of myself all the way to building an action-packed video for social media, or in my case, it was mostly an experiment. But yeah, it's up to you what you can create. You can do anything you want. So this is more like actual workflow and the stage of the tool where it is now. What can you do? And then you just implement in whatever work or project or experiment you want to do for yourself. So yeah, let's wait for the actual starting time, and I'll get right into it. So this is the photo we start from. Yeah, so we go from this all the way to this. Just turn down the volume of the track before people start jumping in quickly. Hello. Okay. I guess we have some more people coming in. Welcome, welcome everyone. If you haven't yet, please feel free to vote on the poll on the side here. I think it's around here on this side. So on the other side, this side here. So just so I can have a bit of an idea. And All right, it's 8 o'clock, guys. Thank you for joining. Have a few people in already. I'll just give it another minute so more people can join, and we'll get right into it. So essentially, this live stream, I'm gonna go from start to finish on this workflow that with my photo and the video of AI Rioni that I created. And then after that, I'll open up for some questions. I'll answer some questions from the chat. And after that, we go through another workflow, and I'll just show a couple shorter workflows after this one here, just so you can have different perspectives and different types of use cases for you, so then you can replicate for your own uses. Sounds good. Hi, Lainey, Victor, Gio. Thank you guys for joining. Please, guys, I want to make this very interactive as much as we can. So fire away questions. Hey, Adriano. Welcome, guys. Yeah, so fire away questions. As soon as I have a minute, I will answer them. And I hope you just come out of this stream with a bit more knowledge on how to use this kind of workflow and implement in your traditional workflow and process, whatever you do at the moment, if it's a Photoshop work, or if you do illustrations, if you do video editing, motion graphics, if you're art director, creative director, if you want to create storyboards for movies and advertising campaigns, this kind of workflow is helpful and tool, and more specifically Weavy, which is the tool that I work on mostly with these AIs. It's a very powerful tool, so you can do all this and you can still use your usual process to go by, but this just enhances you so much. It gives you so much power and fast iterations. And I think that's really, really good to automate and go through a bunch of ideas quickly and arrive at the best possible outcome they could. So I guess that's enough people to start. This is going to be recorded, so it's going to live on my YouTube channel after the live stream. I'm going to go right into it and start with a quick intro about myself, my career, my experience with AI, and then I'll do a quick intro on Weavy and what can you do with Weavy, how do you start with it. I'm not going to do a proper like onboarding, because you can do that. You can do that on their official Discord. They do weekly sessions on Mondays. So then you can easily jump on one of them, and they do a very thorough, basic onboarding. So yeah, this is just gonna be a quick intro to the tool. So then I'll jump straight into which processes I use inside Weavy and which nodes, which tools I use, and how to get to your result that you want. So yeah, fire away questions at any time. I'll keep my eye on the chat right here. And I guess let's jump right into it. And before I start, I just wanted to say I spoke to the guys at Weavy, and they gave me a nice discount for my viewers. $10 US discount from your first month of membership. I'll share the details in a bit once I introduce the tool, but I just wanted to put this out there so you wait before you sign up. So just stay in the stream and I'll share the code, and then you can go around and play with it. So, okay, I'm just gonna start right away. Just hide one thing here. I'll just jump straight away. So, a bit about myself, just quickly. If you've just started following me, if you don't know what did I do. Okay, I am a multidisciplinary creative. I worked throughout the last 17 years, I would say, since 27, 2007. And I've been working in advertising my entire life. I went from designing banners and display ads to social media assets for all agencies back in Brazil, where I'm from. Uh, so all steps, all arrays of the creative industry, I probably did that. Creating websites, digital design, graphic design, motion graphics, animation, interactive design, everything. So I have a little bit of a broad skill set under my belt, which really helps me make decisions when I use this kind of tool, AI enhanced, and just mixing a bunch of other tools. So that's a bit about me. And once I moved to Australia, I worked on a few other uh, advertising agencies. I'm currently working for PXP Studios based in Sydney, here in Australia, and which is part of the Publicis Group. And I've been doing all types of experimental projects as well. And I've been using AI probably since the start of Midjourney when they publicly launched the beta. And just, you know, how impressed everyone was. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago when you could, for, when you heard the first time that you could create stuff with text. So you literally type things with text, and now it feels really simple and easy to understand. But back then it was like mind blowing. And since I heard about that, I jumped straight into it and decided to learn everything about it. And I haven't stopped since. So today I'm here doing this live stream for you guys, hopefully bringing you a lot of value. And I hope it really does. So then now, after a while working with that, I'm probably you probably heard about Comfy UI, which is a different type of tool where you don't just open a website and type prompts. You actually create entire systems, which is called node-based systems, where you can reiterate a lot of things, a lot of assets pretty fast and with a lot of quality. And the problem for me, at least, when I heard about Comfy UI, is that you had to install everything locally. And that, if you're not a nerd or a big uh, geek guy and you know a lot about AI and this back end side of things, you probably got lost just like I did when I first heard of it. But then this magical tool that I really love appeared, which is Weavy, which is essentially a Comfy UI, the same type of workflow where you have a bunch of nodes, and that is online. You just pay for each generation you use, each tool, which means ChatGPT, GPT Image, Gemini, Nano Banana, Seedring, Higgsfield, Runway, all types of models. They have it all in here. Let me just jump right into Weavy, which this is the interface of Weavy, and this is the workflow that we're gonna go. So this is essentially a web-based tool where you can create all these kind of connections and arrive at beautiful results at the end, or you can just download individual files later, and etc. But that's pretty much the type of interface. And I know this might look scary for people that are used to ChatGPT only or Gemini and just typing a text and getting an asset, an image, or a video back and saving and sharing on your socials. But I can guarantee you that it's not that scary once you get the gist of it. It has a little bit of a learning curve, but the that's the case for any professional grade tool. Like you don't expect to just type something on Photoshop and it make it happen. Well, probably in the future that's gonna happen, but not yet. So you still have to learn, still have a little bit of a learning curve. And why I love Weavy so much, it's because first of all, it's online. You don't have to download anything and set up, like I said. It has all the latest models. So Nano Banana launched and the same day they had it on it. And you can straight away test it. All the latest ones are in there. And they make a really good job of keeping it up to date. So that's really good. And it's very simple and clean as well. Like some of the other tools that I tested are quite complex, but they just keep it straight, like straightforward and simple, where you just need to see what you need to see. And another point is that they're fairly new. They just launched in June, so they are really growing fast, and they have a really big roadmap of improvements and new features and a bunch of stuff. And their community is super engaged. So if you have any feedback, any suggestions, any features that you want to see in Weavy, you can just type it in their Discord server. They're gonna have a look. If a lot of people enjoy that feature that you commented, they might include it. So that's really good. And another thing is you can create really incredible automation systems. So you can literally just change one input, for example, one image, this image here, and it's gonna just update everything else that you created all the way to the end. So then that's really powerful when it comes to generating assets for your business and etc. So before I jump on, I just wanted to quickly make a teaser announcement here. As if you've seen one of my posts, I kind of teased that already. But I am going to be joining forces with an industry veteran, a very good friend, a leader with decades in advertising, creativity, and innovation. He's a renowned and awarded internationally. He's been Cannes Lion jury, and we are developing a program and an AI community and essentially a networking hub as well to bring value to creatives, creators, anyone that's curious about AI. And it's a very special project to support these professionals or anyone that's curious about this kind of workflow and how we're going to help you how to leverage AI to just solve any creative or strategy needs that you have. So stay tuned until the end that I'm going to properly announce that, and I'll share more details about the wait list and what's going to happen. So that's a quick plug before we start. But let's jump right into this workflow. So if you see my video, actually, I think I should show this video here before we start. Cool. So this is the video. This is the first video, sorry. Teaser. Yeah. Cool. So that's the video that I posted, and I got a lot of people asking for this breakdown, how I built this, because everything started here with this black and white photo. And when I took this photo, when the photographer took this photo, I really wanted the color version. But because everyone is busy and this is not really a paid work, at my place, they just want to get it out. uh, so I decided to test these tools and just straight away color it using AI. And that's what I did initially. And it did this job here. So what happened is, let me start from the beginning. Essentially, you import the photo here, which is what I did. You can drag and drop, or you can right click, create an import node. You click here, you're gonna select your photo, and it's gonna live here forever. Or you can even paste a link in here as well. So you can like copy a Google image link, paste it in here, and then play with it. From here, what I did, it's simply using, I'm not gonna talk about this top section here, which was just trying to generate a bit of a angled versions of me. But what I did is I created a Gemini Nano Banana node and a prompt, a simple prompt: colorize this man in the photo and change the shirt, to red color, which is this one here, and make him wearing jeans, pants, keep facial expression, the details on the shirt and background all the same. So it did a pretty good job. And then, as you can see here inside of Weavy, all your generations from this node here, they stay here. Yeah, it is really good. So you can see, like, it really doesn't change my face. It might change a little bit the position or something, but very slightly. But yeah, you can play around. You can change any color that you want. This was like an error attempt where I just say change the t-shirt to sage color, and it didn't change anything else. So then I rewrote this prompt here to actually colorize the entire photo and everything. So let's stop in here. Oh yeah, so just before I go further, essentially what you do here is you create a node, let's say Nano Banana, right click, Nano Banana. You have your prompt here, your node here. And then you can see here that it's asking for a prompt with the asterisk, which is a mandatory field, and an image. So both are mandatory in Nano Banana. And with this kind of node-based workflow, you simply you think of it as a Photoshop layer file, but instead of being vertical layers stacked upon each other, it's essentially a bunch of spread around layers that you can interconnect them and just reuse them later with essentially an input and an output end, let's say. So what you do here, you create a prompt. You write here, add a hat. Just a quick example. And then what I can do is I can bring this image here that I already colorized. Actually, let me bring this down here. And then I'll run the model. And then when you run the model, you can see here this little star, the amount of credits that you have, and the amount of credits that it spends with each run of the Nano Banana. So yeah, there you go. I'm wearing a hat. So that was a very random hat generated. But what you can do as well, you can bring in another image of a hat, and then essentially you just link the image of the hat in this second node here, and you can add as many inputs as you can. I think there's a limit, but I never use that many because it starts to get confusing if you use too many. But anyway, you can do this with any kind of stuff, with products, with clothing, with backgrounds, anything. So you can do this pretty easily, and just a simple prompt, as you can see. And you can keep running it, and it's going to keep generating new hats if you don't give any details, or let me say cowboy hat. And then I have to wait for this to finish. And one quick tip pro tip from Weavy is that you can do multiple runs at the same time. So let's wait for this one here to actually, let me cancel this. Oh, it did it. Okay. So what you can do is, instead of running once, or let me just remove here the cowboy, add a hat. Instead of running once, you can just click here on this plus button at the bottom right. Oops, sorry, you can't see that because I'm on the way. Let me reduce my size here. Okay, I think it's better now. Essentially here down the bottom, you have the amount of runs that you could do. So then if I click 3 times here and run, it's going to spend 3 times the amount of credits, so 12. And then you hit run, and then it's going to generate the 3 different images in here. And then you can just select the one that you want and then proceed with your workflow. Okay, we have the basics. Let's see here. So it's just generating a bunch of beanies. It's not doing any other type of hat. It's fine. I wasn't very specific. Let's just delete this here because I'm not going to use this for now. Okay, so from here, what did I do? What I like to do is always using some kind of upscale node, because as you can see, if you zoom in, the details are not very sharp. The resolution, it's not incredible, 768 by 1344. So then what do? You use a Topaz upscale node, which is easily found. You can just type Topaz. There's a few others here, but essentially you put it in here, plug in the node, and that's it. It's gonna have a much sharper image, bigger, 1920 by 3360, and you can do this up until 4K, I believe. So there's a maximum size of it, and you can just use this in a better quality. And yeah, it's just something that I always do before proceeding because I like the sharpness, yeah, and the detail always. And in here we have a magnific upscale, which is essentially the same but from a different company. Sometimes I like to test different ones, so then I proceed with my favorite one. And that's the beauty of Weavy, I guess, is really the power of fast iteration using all models at the same time, so you can come to your own conclusion of which one is the best for your type of output or result or goal that you want to achieve. And then from here, what I do is, because I'm going to use this image in a lot of other places, I always use a router node, which you can find here, which is essentially you can just connect anything in here, and whatever you connect in here, if you're going to use this multiple times, like I am here, you can see the amount of connections this is having. If I have to change this image here later, or for example, I want to use the cream t-shirt, so then I'll run the model here to upscale. It's going to upscale, or if I don't want to use the upscaled one, I can just come here and connect this one here. And this is going to be now connected to all the nodes that I connected in here, in the other transformations here, which I'll show later. Let's not jump our gun here. So that's really powerful and a really useful thing. Oh, there you go. Domenico, Pedro. Nice. Welcome. Thanks for joining, guys. Yeah, so if you think you're going to be reusing the same thing multiple times, I highly recommend you overusing this router node here, because then you can future-proof your projects and you don't have to keep reconnecting the same node over and over again on your next step. Okay? Moving forward, what I did with this workflow specific, actually, let me open my Photoshop here because I didn't have it open. Instead of just turning myself here into a robot inside of Weavy, I wanted to test another tool, which was, oops, I don't have it here. 1 second. Let me open it. AI Ray. Here you go.